Hello there, lovelies. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Girls Run These Worlds, where we are going to be continuing our Numenera Aerowen series today with session 4, or rather episode 4, Reflect, Reiterate, Return. So, my name is Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm going to be acting as the world crafter slash GM role for this series and basically this whole story that my fantastic group of players has been involved in crafting alongside with me as we've been exploring a homebrew world of flying islands, forgotten temples, ancient civilizations that have had an impact on the current world and the flying islands that most of our current cast has actually known really as their only world, sort of, kind of. It's complicated for one of our characters. And I am so excited to see how they continue and process the aftermath of last week's extremely emotional session. So sadly, in relation to that, one of our players did fall a bit sick before session. So we love Evasia / Vivi. We hope she feels better. We already miss you because I, as the GM, need to keep the cats herded, and I have as much energy as the rest of them. So this, in fact, is just 3 hours of my suffering, people. I do this for entertainment. Joy.
I'm free.
My video will at one point or another just be replaced with the meme image of the Sailor Moon cosplayer who's smoking a cigarette outside of a convention. It's just going to be that energy. But
very iconic behavior.
But
I'm
so
my third cup of coffee.
Cursed, I worry. I have questions, but I will not get into those questions at this time. I'm going to go around and let our players introduce themselves with their name, their pronouns, and then their character's name and pronouns, and their character sentence. So you, as our delightful viewers, have a sense of who exactly you're going to be watching involve themselves in the chaos of and machinations and far-reaching consequences of past actions of people in this world. So, Torin, don't look afraid. Not yet.
It's fine.
But first, we're going to start off with one of our, based off of my screen for how I'm seeing it. Actually, Torin, why don't you go first?
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Torin. My pronouns are she, they. I am playing Cadix, whose pronouns are she, her. And she is a curious ports and plug nano who talks with machines. And it's very complicated.
Which is just every statement about Cadix ends with very complicated in that tone. What is not complicated is the absolute delightful ball of energy that is our next player on the overlay, which is going to be Noelle.
I would say my energy is very muted most of the time. Hi, I'm Noelle. My pronouns are she, her. I play Errol, whose pronouns are also she, her. And she's a cheerful glaive who rides the lightning and doesn't have the bolt rider feat to ride the lightning, but does have many other things that she can do. I read the book.
Monty Cook, thank you once again for sending me these books, which allowed for the fantastic on-screen
Monica, do you have extra? Do you have extra that you can send out? Because I am dying here. Listen, going through PDFs, my computer doesn't like them. I flip through. Monica, I'm begging you.
Next time, tell me this, and I will fucking scan a personal section for you, you goober.
Monica, I will do anything. I will kill a man.
I'm gonna move on forward from this. Listen. You're not taking that right away from me. Last but certainly not least, the second of our newcomers to the streaming space and such, Alex. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey y'all, I'm Alex. My pronouns are they, them. I am playing Enoch, whose pronouns are he, him. And he is a mystical nano who possesses a shard of the sun. And he's also eternally over it and by himself today. So I don't know what is going to happen.
Yeah, I love how the three of you are giggling about this, and then Alex has to slowly realize you're the other adult in the room. You're the other one who has to herd with me.
I think, Torin, we're gonna have to send Alex an edible arrangement after this.
Oh, easy. Yeah. And like a comfort blanket and maybe a movie.
Yeah. We can pay for 1 year therapy sessions if that.
My therapist is coming back in a couple of months. I will take you up on that.
We at Girls Run These Worlds support therapeutic programs for that all of our players make use of for their own particular needs and concerns.
See, a therapist came to me, but then they just burned the notebook that they wrote everything down in and
ran away.
Yeah. I think they live in the woods now.
Stop talking to my therapist. Anyways, listen, I live in the Pacific Northwest. I would not be surprised if there is a practicing there's a therapist with a full-on practice that is based out in the woods. Pacific Northwest is weird sometimes. But carrying on with business for today, folks, I'm going to do a quick sort of reestablishing of where we were at with everything, and then we're going to jump into our session today. So last we left off, our group of disparate souls adventuring through basically on a job for just a spot in the guilds, that one of the guilds in the main central hub city of commerce and trade that is known as Sethai, in the centralmost flying island in the world of Aerowen, had taken it upon themselves to go on a rather dangerous mission for this job, investigating an ancient temple that was seemingly said to exist in the land below, the sort of catch-all term for basically any ground that exists beneath the floating islands that make up much of the known world now in this era of Aerowen. Now, a lot of the reason that people hadn't gone down is that, for the most part, people who went beyond the barriers and boundaries of the fog clouds that had been known to permeate the outside extent of Aerowen, people didn't come back. So it's kind of a Bermuda Triangle kind of effect of, people have gone there. We don't know who they are anymore. And so the group took it upon themselves to venture into the land below and look into this temple, navigating through some interesting puzzles with, I must say, a fair amount of ingenuity and use of one another's skill sets. Literally exploding sentient sound-based creatures and pools of shadow that had separated off from other adventurers who had attempted to come in. The group finally made their way to the Nexus Core, what's said to be the central point and fulcrum of the entire temple, that was essentially multiple different rooms attached and floating above above the ground in a kind of Rubik's Cube, like constantly rearranging format. Now, because of this, the nature of the temple was oftentimes, before this point, not known, because the rooms would tend to shift, alter, and new puzzles would be discovered in the midst of doing this. But our group had managed to get through a few different rooms and made it to the Nexus core, where they discovered a being who seemingly had multiple after images of themselves time locked from a different era, from the past era that had existed before Aerowen, known as the floating islands in the sky, existed. This collective consciousness seemed to be aware of who Cadix was, or rather, who Cadix had been. And throughout the course of conversation, not only with this collective, but in talking with one another, various secrets regarding what the nature of Errol's device were discovered. More files were found regarding Zeke, or rather Ezekiel, Enoch's long-distant ancestor, really having what appears to be a common theme of every Zeke section is just Alex is going to end up happy and just be like, I'm having a great time with these sessions while everyone else suffers from emotional trauma. And Vivi's character of Jinx, finding her disappeared mentor, who apparently was now acting as a research assistant to the collective to document a massive archive of talking like hundreds of years of history, all been compiled in this place, which the group discovered was Research Site 4, a site dedicated to the historical preservation of the eras before in the aftermath of a cataclysmic event that is simply referred to as the Day of Black Sun. For those of you who understand that Avatar: The Last Airbender reference, blessings be upon you. But with that being the case, the group has looked into this history. Cadix has found out a lot of memories that were, whether intentionally prevented for her being able to access, or things that she just did not want to look at ever again. In the midst of that, Errol's glove had malfunctioned, and I want to be clear that this is not an intentional thing that was done by Errol, but simply a malfunction that happened due to an intrusion that has prevented something referred to as a reiteration process from happening under Cadix's control, which understandably, given that this is kind of her whole MO, is a little concerning. It's a little worrying. It's a lot, bud. That's a nice way we might put it. It's a lot, bud. But the group, we pick up right where we left off with all of these, with basically Cadix very much being aware that this reiteration process is not kicking in, or at least the first boot up steps of it are not happening, and everyone is still in the main Nexus core room, where again, this is very much as though it has a mix of a astronomy sort of like light show kind of like pattern. So for anyone who's ever been to this a thing like the Griffith Observatory, you've seen laser shows where like they do an entire domed wall, except this one seems to be covered in star chart inspired kind of patterns mixed with solar and lunar motifs that have been a consistent duality present throughout the temple. This is where we pick up. So players, take it away.
Yeah, I think Cadix, because she just tried to do like reiterate protocol and try to reset after emotionally hard things that she definitely does not want to face. If it's not happy, she don't want to touch it. I think Errol and Hiram would both see her panic a little bit. Probably the first time you've ever seen her panic, not hanging over something about to fall off into her death, like nothing like that. And she just it's okay, Errol. I know you didn't mean to, right? It's fine. And she like reaches out and touches your glove, like in your face, just like it's okay. It's fine.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know what that was. Are you? You seem to be kind of panicking.
Yeah.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. You know what?
I
You know what's cool about this? So the memories I have, the memories I have, they're actually tagged with some of these names. I didn't know their names. So Cerelia, Aeon, Sybil. Um, I
I
have memories for you. I think. Uh, she goes up to the console and is like desperately like just clicking everything and
okay,
links
okay.
onto her leg to
Let's
get the
no more
memories
screen
for
time for
them.
today. I think. Let's.
No, no, no. This is what I do. I remember okay, directive. Directive, collect information. All knowledge is worth having. And I have it. So
I.
I think it's
This
supposed to be for
is
here. And so she's just trying her best to regroup and do her directive.
Enoch. I
Yeah.
know. I know this is probably worrying to hear from me, but I think we need to like slow down for a
Yeah.
second. Like
Why? No, see,
For
it's fine.
you to say that, you, Errol,
I feel bad. Like I feel dirty saying it. Like I something's wrong.
how about this? How about, okay, Cadix, Errol,
Mhm, mhm.
let's just take a moment, take a deep breath in, let it close.
Okay, what?
Let's
Okay,
try
Cadence is
and
panicking, and
release
I
I'm
it
think
kind
we
of
need
a
to have
without
time.
machine,
screaming.
and I don't actually have to breathe that
Okay.
much.
No hyperventilate. Oh God, this has
Okay.
gone. Okay, I put
We're all
a
gonna die out
hand
here.
on both of their shoulders, and okay, I can do hedge magic. It's just a thing I can do.
Yeah, I believe there is a small cost associated, but I think your intellect edge gets rid of it being a concern,
Yeah.
if I recall.
So I have a question. With hedge magic, it says that I can't harm another creature, but I'm not trying to harm another creature. I just
Mhm.
want to sort of like slow them down a little bit, like make it easier for them to breathe in and breathe out more calmly.
You just make a
Because
little
Errol is
illusory paper bag.
hyperventilating and Cadix is screaming every time she exhales. So it would probably be a good idea.
So, if you would like, I'm just throwing this out there as an idea for you, Alex.
Mm.
Enoch could very well do his own form of like aroma or sensory therapy in that moment using hedge magic. Just it
Yeah,
wouldn't be like an extensive, long-lasting thing, but hedge magic is
of
very
course.
much like for a 5e equivalent. It's like prestidigitation, where people are like,
Hmm.
"This is just a joke spell." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no.
No,
You
it's
say
super
joke spell.
powerful.
I say RP booster,
That
Mhm.
best
part.
RP booster." But so
That's why I was
The,
so pleased to have hedge magic. I was like, oh, it's prestidigitation. We're
the only
good,
RP
girls.
booster I need is Eldritch Blast, baby.
Felt that. Felt that.
fucking warlocks,
Right.
fucking min max
So,
warlocks. But yes,
okay. I
you
think I
you
would
could do
like
something.
to do, like, while I have my hand on their shoulders, I would like, I don't know if I can do all of this with hedge magic, but I would like to sort of like move my hands to the back of their necks, if that's okay. And just sort of like vibrate my hands a little, like vibrate them so that way it relaxes the tension from their shoulders.
You're doing like
And
a small like mini like hand massage, but
yeah,
but
yeah,
make it
yeah.
hi-fi.
Exactly. You feel me? And then as we're doing this, like you guys, like I feel like Enoch begins to like smell like lavender and patchouli a little bit, just like
What?
another effect of the hedge magic, that something calming, something soothing to try and get y'all's breathing under control, because you can't hyperventilate and we can't scream when we exhale.
What would you say Enoch normally smells like, just like on a day-to-day basis?
Vanilla.
Aw.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
I think once Cadix starts smelling that a little bit, and the fact that you specifically are trying to be nice to her
Mhm.
because
Mm.
she still wasn't sure if you hated her or not. So she was just like, okay, thank you. You know, I I actually have like things about lavender. In fact, we should probably put that in the computer, right? Yeah, we should do that.
Okay,
And she's gonna
Cadix.
continue
Yeah,
putting memories in
no.
there.
I think we need.
Do I need to
Okay.
just I mean, like I can just sort of on the head, and we can.
Oh God. See, you might kill Cadix, and we don't.
That won't be a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
you're
need
within
Cadix
earshot.
in one
I didn't
piece.
realize.
I can still
I
hear
am. Yeah.
you. We're all together.
So let's
Good hearing.
Also-
Good hearing
also,
on you,
just
Cadix.
fair warning. So yes, I don't have a lot of, well, that's not true. I have a lot of memories. I have a bunch of memories, but I don't have context for them. But I will tell you the two things that are always true for me. My reiterate protocol, which we really need to figure that part out. But number two, I do have a self-defense mechanism, and it's bad.
What?
Not like I won't like activate it. It's only when I'm going to die.
What does the self-defense? Is it like a self-destruct kind of thing, or?
Well. Now that you say that, that's actually kind of poignant.
oh my.
Enoch.
Not the
Okay.
Mickey Mouse.
I
laugh.
have never focused this hard on a problem. We need to figure out what's going on with Cadix.
So here's what we can do. Everybody pop a squat, crisscross applesauce, hips and lips, and all this extra.
What's
Hold on.
applesauce?
I will do that, I promise, but this is actually really important now that I've calmed down. Thank you. By the way, that felt really
Of
nice.
course.
So Cerelia, Aeon, these are all memories I have with your names on it. I don't know what they are, but I have a feeling you're probably wanting to see them.
Oh no.
Okay.
I
I'm actually. So let me ask you this, Torin, you the player.
no.
What is your intent with doing this, so that I have clarity on it?
They can see that their choices mattered. So whether that's their offspring, their continuing lineage, they know.
Okay.
The original intent of this is so that they know that their choices mattered.
Okay. You, as each thing is uploaded, it is. I will say for Enoch and Errol, you're just watching. Jinx is also taking in this information as well, but she's kind of also focused with talking to Hiram about what from a distance looks to be something very important, but you'll have to talk with her individually to get what that sense is. You see a long stream of just different photos just appearing, like it's a weird comparison, but I'm imagining it the way that like AOL instant chat messages used to be, where it's like a small window and then a smaller window like pops over it, like that kind of thing. But it's that kind of effect, but almost filling in the entirety of the star chart space, almost like it is now becoming like the world's best, most effective projector screen for all of these different memories, where you're seeing it is a stream of different people who have survived, different impacts that they seem to have had in the world that Cadix has documented, whether she understood the full impact of who she was remembering or not. Each of them in a way connects to the individuals who are attached to this consciousness.
Yeah, so what I do is I just look at like the tags I have, and if they're low, so like, I have like 50 ethology versus like 200 botany, I just go study fish then. And so locations work the same way. So if I haven't been to a place, I go and just catalog everything, and then I just know I need to return down below.
I don't know if like the quantity of a memory is really the sort of defining factor for. I think that some of the things that make memory special are the ones that don't happen often. So
it's more of just because I don't know the context, I just have to go and get as much as possible. And then they just get tagged.
So do you keep the tags themselves and release the memories?
Oh, no, I keep copies.
You keep copies.
Because all knowledge is worth having.
So can you not like store all of that knowledge in your... Do you have a brain? I never know if you have a brain or anything.
Of course I have a brain. Here it is. No, I'm just kidding.
I was waiting for that it happens.
I know. No, I won't do that to y'all. But so you see these parts, this was hair. And this is hair right here, but this is actually like metal tendrils that I interact with the world. So I replaced my hair at some point. Oh, sorry, I didn't finish the thought. So I plug into things that way. Okay, sorry.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then all the memories are stored in my leg.
In your leg.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but I do have, okay, so those are memories. Those are external to my brain. The rest of the things like protocols, like the reiterate, and then the self-defense ones and things like that are in my brain. So those never leave.
Right.
So you have bare minimum programming to like slurp up information, tag it, bag it, and
But I
keep a
mean,
copy and
I
code it.
this is all like in
That's true.
service of a directive. Is that what you want to do?
Who gave
Of
the
course.
directive?
I don't know. Cerelia, do you know who gave me the directive?
Ooh, I haven't
Yeah.
thought about this question, but I know exactly what the answer is. Traveler designation, Cadex. Research, knowledge acquisition directive established by one Katerina Kubota.
Yeah.
Enoch.
The very little
I
I've
can
seen of her,
hear
that
this,
makes
right?
sense. Yeah, you can all hear it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I have kept my memories or my visions secret up until this point.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, I haven't necessarily been forthcoming with the information because it felt personal. However, you, Cadix, or someone that looked a lot like you, has sort of shown up in these memories of one of my ancestors. And her name is Katerina, which makes me believe that the context you're missing is something that we need. The
Wait,
context, I mean.
How many? Do you know how many iterations of you there have been?
Let me think for just a moment above table. Would she know? I think, I would. I'm so. So funny thing is, my actual name is Kata.
Kata.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Oh, are you the 10th version?
Yes.
Oh,
That was an in and
just
out of
that
character.
was that was out of character. It's funny. I was like, oh, I thought I was muted. Okay.
We someone needs to just take a screenshot of that exact face that Alex made and make it our new fucking Goo Tank's reaction image in chat. Yo!
That can I say? Perfect YouTube thumbnail face. Perfect YouTube thumbnail. Yes.
I'm made for it. I'm made for it.
You're gonna
Throw
be
that up there.
assassin.
Easily 500,000 views.
You know?
Easy.
I
Cat.
thank you,
Cat.
Jenny. Chat saying we'll tell Ryu. Carry on.
Enoch, can we do a sidebar?
I'll just be uploading memories. So if there's anything,
Okay.
actually, real quick, Enoch, I don't know. Did you share the thing about the memories to her?
Yeah, I'm divulging all of that with y'all.
Okay. So I don't know Ezekiel. I don't know who you're talking about either, the woman. But if I have memories with Cerelia, Aeon, Sybil, Bashira, Savas, and Horatio on there, I might have some for him. I don't know. I can look. But while y'all are, please go chat. It'll be fine. Remember, because you can choose happiness. I'll just keep working on the memories because there's a lot.
Yeah, Cat, it's you just sort of hang here.
Yeah.
Enoch, what the fuck is going on?
Baby, if I knew, you would know. So my ancestor used to work here. And he used to work for Katarina, who is Cadix, but
Is
isn't
Cat?
at the same time.
How did Cadix? I mean, it's been. I don't know how old your ancestor would have to be, but like, I mean, you're so
Yeah.
old.
It's true. I wear it with pride.
Yeah, no, you're so old. So it's like for you to be that old and then your ancestor for however long back, I mean,
Hmm.
how old is Cadix at this point? Like, and how much of Cadix is original flavor? Like,
Honestly, based on what I've seen of Katarina through Zeke's memories or through Zeke, Cadix and Katarina are two spheres that don't touch. They share a face, a body, kind of, maybe, some memories, perhaps, but Cadix has said she doesn't have the context for this. And that that is why I cannot trust everything that Cadix says.
I mean,
There has to be, the context matters. That's what makes the
the
memories special.
the directive. I'm wondering because nowhere in that directive does it say anything about like, you know,
Erasing or
yeah,
forgetting.
or protecting the people you're with. So I'm wondering if Cadix, if it came between getting info or helping us, I'm worried that if we don't help Cadix through whatever this is, there wouldn't be a choice there for her.
Well, I will say this.
And I don't like worrying about this stuff. This is new to
I
me. I've got
this
a
is
glove stuck to my hand, and it's apparently evil, and it keeps talking in my brain, and I can't do anything about any of this. And we're in this weird center of a room. What?
all right. So a puff of patchouli comes out in lavender, and
I'm so tired. Ugh.
listen,
I haven't eaten anything that
I
wasn't the biscuit in 3 days. What the fuck is going on? Why are you even here, Enoch?
I got a dream. I was given a dream because I didn't have a dream. I was given a dream, and I felt, knew it was important for me to be here with you all for some reason. And having come down here to this place, I now know I must be on the right path.
But what down here could be it? There's so much stuff down here, and if the way that Cadix is talking is any indication, all that info might just get stored away in a leg.
Maybe so, but Zeke, Ezekiel, I got to speak to one of my ancestors and I saw Katrina. So, for better or worse, at the very least, I know I need to have Cadix near. If only to understand what the hell is going on.
Okay, I trust you.
So, and for the record, your glove friend, that is something we will work on as well.
I mean, I really like it, and I'm starting to be worried about how much I like it. It's like, you know, whenever you eat a bunch of food and you know it's bad for you, but you're still like, I really want to eat all this food. That's kind of the
Mhm.
vibe I'm getting from this incredibly strong, powerful glove that could take. See? That's not like the glove talking to me. That's just meat.
I mean,
I need a nap and I need a juice box and I need graham crackers now, or else I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind.
Okay, so I can't make you food. But I'm sure we can find some.
Where is Jinx? I need Jinx.
Jinx,
Let's go find Jinx.
yeah, Jinx is currently in the archives. So while y'all are doing that, Kata,
Yes. I actually, now that Cadix has calmed down and is not absolute panic,
Be
I
swapped.
think, yeah, just everything's falling apart. I think with Enoch telling her about the visions in Ezekiel and her now seeing Cerelia and all of them, I think while they're doing the memory exchange, she's kind of just letting Cerelia and them take in all the memories because just to give them space. Yeah, go ahead.
I would like to offer you a GM intrusion.
I will take it. I don't know what it is. What is it?
So okay.
Immediately on board.
It's gonna be very dangerous.
So
Sold.
Cadix instantly dies.
No.
Again, she has a backup protocol. We'll see if that comes into play.
Well,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
Cadix takes out her brain.
It begins floating around. We've actually Cadix was the origin point of the floating brain in the jar concept. But no, the intrusion I was going to offer you and the modification to it that I'm going to make specifically for you as a player to determine is that all of these different personalities and beings, quote unquote, are one, but they are also distinct at the same time.
Yeah.
One in particular, I was going to offer you the intrusion that one of them in particular sort of takes center stage and begins to talk with you directly. What I was going to offer you as a player to modify that was you could decide the tonal direction of it, whether it's a more positive direction or a more negative direction. What do you feel fits in the crafting of this story? What do you feel? What do you think Cadix needs, or what do you think the story needs? And those things can be in conflict.
Yeah, I honestly would say probably more positive, but bittersweet for that NPC.
Okay, then the face that the form that kind of takes center stage. Cadix, it's very much a deja vu state of like. Actually, 2 seconds needed. Quickly do a thing real quick because my captions have died. They have suffered le murder by other technology, which is why I don't trust technology. Anyways, there we go. The caption should be back.
Sorry, I was like, you don't trust me? No, you're good. I'm just messing. Cadix is so trustworthy. Yeah.
But so here is the individual. Here's the description for the individual that comes to the forefront. Basically think Dev Patel in his most attractive form, which is to say with facial hair. The man looks infinitely better with facial hair. We're talking like very much somewhere between his appearance and I think the recent film he came out was like Monkey Man and The Green Knight. Somewhere between those two builds for how he is. It's roughly kind of a Dev Patel comparison point. Not quite. He looks like he might have been, if we were talking comparably to how old Cadix was at that time to how old he is, if these are beings who are locked from the moments back when Cadix knew them.
Yeah.
He's maybe like probably a couple years older. And he sort of floats over. He's still mainly a bit of distance away, giving respect, but he says, Cadix.
Hi, who are you?
My name is Bashiri.
Bashiri, it's nice to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Well, again, I imagine that that's a bit difficult.
We've met?
Well,
Well, wait, I do have memories. Sorry. I guess we might have met then.
I understand, dear. Uh, I assume it's a bit. It would. It's probably no matter what going to be kind of awkward to meet one of your spouses and have no memory of them, and then try and get along as though we have a connection that makes sense.
I mean, well, you're looking at me like you're happy, so hopefully that means it's a good thing. You're not just being like, and trying to like bite me or anything.
No, I don't think
That's
any of
good.
us, and none of us are.
Then that's good.
I just wanted to step forward in this moment to ask how you're doing.
Well, admittedly, a few minutes ago I was not doing good. That was about to be super bad. But I'm doing okay now. I've calmed down. Yeah. And I feel like I fulfilled my directive. So, and actually, I fulfilled the second one too. So I feel better.
Um, Cadix,
Hmm?
why do you why do you follow this directive?
It's the only rules I have.
Well, yes, it is something that you do, but
Mhm.
uh, I'm more curious simply as someone else who, when I worked with you, you were always inclined to interrogate why people would do certain things or why certain stories kept sticking around. You treasured and valued everybody's stories, no matter if they were renowned, if they were telling something pleasant about the places that different people came from. You always had a knack for digging into those things, and I'm curious, do you not want to dig into why you do this?
Hmm. No, because I follow the second directive. So, first directive, all knowledge is worth having. Second directive, to be truly happy, you must let go of everything. And I like being happy. And the thing is like so even when I collect memories and like meet new people, it's really fun. I get to see everybody and they're so happy. That first like 5 minutes you meet somebody, most of the time, there are some exceptions. Most of the time it's like, "Hi, I'm Cadix." And they're like, "Hi, I'm so and so." And then, you start just building a nice little fun conversation. But when you tend to stick around too long, I found it starts not being happy. Like it still can be happy, but then other things come into it too. Like, I'm really happy I got to meet you and I'm so sad I have to leave. And so then I just don't think about that second part. And it makes it a lot nicer.
Are you are you conflating nicer with easier or simpler?
I mean, isn't that what happy is?
I feel as though a lot of this has been without your say. So I want to ask, may I share with you some more of our memories?
I would love to learn. What do you have?
Good and bad.
Oh, is there any way just to have the good?
They're intertwined.
Oh, well. Hmm. You know what? Let's do this. We'll try it. And if I start to panic again, like when I got zapped by the hand, um, we may stop. Is
Of
that okay?
course. Yes.
Okay. Then sure, I would love to learn about you, Bashiri.
I would love to share more about my wife. It's delightful.
No. Okay.
Um, and you watch as he raises his hand, and across one section of the star chart wall, you see very much. I'm going with the kind of like you. If this were a scene in a movie, this would be like where you're hearing the projector reel starting to like go off, and then the like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of countdown moment. But you see that there is a moment of showing Katerina in the archives,
Mhm.
and she's uh, she's definitely got full nerd researcher brain on right now, which is to say that there are several tables around. All of them are filled with books. There's no water, there's nothing. And then you watch as, like, at one moment she just sort of gets up to go grab another book, and she has one of those, like, whoa, I'm a little woozy.
Oh, she seems very dedicated.
She was, and she is. And you see Katerina, like, is about to, like, collapse and fall on the ground, but then you see Bashiri appear and, like, catch her. Hey,
Hey, that's you!
here we go. Okay. And you see her talking, and she's, oh, thank you, Bashiri. Sorry, I lost track of time, and I must have misstepped and gotten up a little too quickly. And you just see Bashiri has kind of like a disappointed look. And it's like, you told me that you were gonna be better about remembering to eat and to get water.
Eating and water's silly. Like, Cadix is being that absolute child and just, like, commenting throughout this whole thing.
It's like, and Katerina is just like, I know that I said that, but there are, we're close to a lot of different breakthroughs right now on so many different fronts. And, it's not really something that bothers me too much. Like, I mean, almost passing out is kind of a bit of a drag. And you see that Bashiri just has a look of, like, it's somewhere between anger, disappointment, and, like, not really sure how to take it in. And there's a scene that progresses for a bit of Bashiri, like, very firmly saying to her, it's like, listen, I know how important all of these projects to you are. I know the Anamnesis Project and the Memorial Project are so big, but I I don't want you just to worry about the past or the future. I want you to worry about now too. Now is so important because it has you in it. It has you in it, who's someone I care about, who I want to be okay. I don't want to have to keep worrying that if I don't bring you snacks. And you see that set aside there is a tray with some of Katerina's favorite snacks and a very tall, like, container of water that seems to glow with almost a bioluminescent, like, effect to it. I want you to know that, like, we're not expecting miracles from you. You've already done that. And it's there is a clear, for the sake of you, Torn, as a player,
Yeah.
for having agency to decide if this is a point to stop. There is at least a few moments where, like, it's clear Katerina looks like she's let him down, and it's a drop moment. It's a tonal, like, drop in the mood.
And I think Cadix feels that because, like, that secondhand feeling of watching something, but I don't think she still understands necessarily that she is in this. So she's trying not to connect with it, but there's definitely, like, a moment where her human hand reaches out towards Bashiri, kind of unconsciously.
And there is a moment where you see a rare side of vulnerability from Katerina, where it does look like she's about to cry. But then you see Bashiri, which I forget how tall Cadix actually is.
Cadix about average. She's about 5'6".
Yeah, he's not a super tall man, but he's still at least a few inches taller than Cadix, and he just sort of goes over and, like, does, like, a close hug, and it's like it's definitely a whisper, but the way the memory has been encoded, it's as clear and audible to you as if someone were talking to you. It's like, I'm not mad at you, I promise. Or if I'm disappointed or anything, I'm allowed to feel that. But I'm also going to support you. I'm here for you because everything that's happened here, it comes back to you. so many different things, so many positive things have happened because of what you've done. And I want you to be okay with those choices. No matter what happens from here on out, you've already done so much. I love you very much, okay? And I don't feel like I need to speculate or to do so much research to know that the others feel the same about you, especially your wife.
I think Cadix leans down to Bashiri in this moment, or the one with the collective, and just, I think you're really nice. I don't know who she is, but she seems receptive, or at least feels bad.
Do you know why I showed you this?
Nope.
If you had stopped the memory only at the moment where it started to look not happy,
I thought about it. But you seem like you really wanted to tell me, so I didn't want to stop you.
it's not because I think I'm going to convince you of something that you don't already want to believe. I remember my wife's stubbornness more than enough to know that that's not going to be the case. And there's a reason why I'm calling you Cadix now and not the other name that the others have used.
Okay. And she like leans in close so that the others don't hear her. No, Bashiri, like I said, I'm living by the 2 directives. And I want to be happy. It feels good. But I can tell that there's something that makes me hesitate, and I don't know what it is. So I'm just following it, trying to be happy and do something that's good for everyone. That's all I know.
I'm going to ask a question. This is a rarity for me, but this is a narrative control question that I want to ask you, Torn, the player.
Sure.
How crucial is it to you and how you view Cadix as a character that you feel that the directive is something that she has the right view of, like that she's not working off of, let me put it to you this way, a false impression of it?
Okay, can you repeat the question one more time just to make sure I understand?
How vital is it to your view of your character that the directive be something that remains as it is and
Oh,
not be found out to be something that maybe she has the wrong view of?
not super vital because above table, like we said, she's reiterated 10 times. So this is probably not the first time that this has happened.
And what if I told you your directive was from you?
From me? I'm always born with the directive. So I don't know if that can I be born from myself?
It's not what I mean, dear.
I don't know what you mean then.
Bashiri, the others appear again a little more present, but again, it's the after images of them, so it's always.
And I think she's like, "Hi everyone, welcome back."
And all of them have different ranges of smiles. Some of them have the like, hi, kind of like smile. Some of them are like. Some of them have that like. One of them has the mildly like, my girlfriend's looking at me again, happy smile. The like. Uh, Actually, this gesture is just it's supposed to be ooh, but I can't help but think it's Ida from Horde of Tales ooh specific gesture, just going ooh.
Ooh.
But you actually see all of them, they move their hands across a section of the wall, and you see that among the scriptures that are that you see sort of a spot at the front of the temple that all of you had been interacting with, like with the steps going up, but there was an inscription you didn't see. 2 points on it. all knowledge is worth preserving and discovering in a section that Cadix has not recalled, even if it hurts or tells us things we don't wish to know. That's the first one. The second one, what is Cadix's impression of the second point of the directive?
The second point of the directive is to be happy, you must let everything go. So the bard from Avatar. Yeah.
Even if it means facing the grief and the pain of what was lost to find what we can to treasure and hold on to for the future. That is the other portion that Cadix has chosen to not remember, or Cadix doesn't have. If I may speak directly, Bashiri says, if I may speak
Yeah, of course.
in the words of one of my research assistants, without bullshit, and in praise of my wife, I did not know anyone who had more stubbornness, more frankness, and more willingness to make decisions when everyone was unsure. That may not be who you are anymore. And such. Katerina may not exist anymore. But whoever you are now, whoever we've all become, whatever our impact has been because of you, we hope that in being the last of us, that you will not feel as though remembering us is just about remembering the good. You bear the weight of it and the joy.
I think Cadix, seeing the memories that they have shared with Cadix and how important it clearly is to them, can she do a perception check just to get an actual feeling of their faces, which she wouldn't normally do?
Yep. Yeah. So I'm going to say this is a difficulty 4, but because of your curious aspect, which makes it easier for you to tell about lies, that already drops it down to a 3. And I will say for this, you will add +2 to whatever the D20 roll is, solely because this is a collective that is very close to who you were.
Yeah. So I'm sorry. Are we at 2 now? So I need to roll above a 6.
So it's 3.
Sorry,
but
3.
No matter what the roll is, it will be +2 added to it. Yes.
Okay. And this is just a straight D20, not with my intellect, correct?
This is with intellect. So if you wanted to spend effort, it is an intellect task because perception tasks are related to intellect.
And I have an edge of 2 now.
Yes. So if you have an edge of 2, then you can just spend 1 point to put in already an effort, which will drop it down to a 2. So 6 or above would be your goal.
I am doing that. Oh, please, D20, be nice to me. You've been shitty to me.
You are
Don't
muted.
be a 3. Don't be a 3.
What is
That's a 20.
For
once in this game, it's been nice to me.
The first 20
ever. When I saw that little picture come up, I was vomited because at first I was like, "Shit, wait, is that a 1?" I'm like, "Not on this side. It's 20." Okay, I'm sorry.
So you can tell there is no lying, there is no deceit, there is a look of wistfulness across their faces, because every single one of them, Cadix, has the strong sense we're probably a partner or a spouse in some way.
Can she see that they really want her to remember? I guess my ultimate question.
It's more that I think, to answer you directly, no. It's not so much that they want you to remember. That's not the point of what Bashiri has said or what any of them want from their faces. What Cadix gets the sense is that, I'll put it this way, it's the way in which, so taking from what my mom has told me when she was alive, there's a lot about when you have anxiety and depression that feels so heavy. There's so much that you feel burned out by the weight of thinking, why didn't I do this better? Why didn't I do this? No, I'm useless, or I'm not helpful, or no, these are just, I can't do this, or I shouldn't do this. That's just too stressful. There's no way. And then you get locked into a place. In a way, many of the ways of thinking and being in the world can feel like they are themselves a way of locking into certain times. They are past locked, they are present locked, they are future locked. What a lot of them have the face of, and what you get the sense from their tone and what they're saying is more. I'll phrase it this way just so I can get it out. It's like, baby girl, you don't need to hold on to that. You're doing this whole directive just because it gives you something to do, and we hope that that makes sense. There is no judgment. There is no sense of. It's like there's no sense of someone going, "Why the hell are you doing that?" There's none of that. That tone is not present at all. It's more of a, if you are going to do it, don't do it the way that someone has a reflex about something, or like it's rote memorization of info. It's the sense of
Do
like,
it the right way. Well, the
do
right
do it in a way.
squishy. Yeah.
Do it in a way that prioritizes you for once, because you get the sense from the core of what Bashiri said as well. In finishing off, is that whoever Katerina was, whoever my wife was, whoever Sybil's wife was, Cerilia's partner, Aeon's lover, dearest friend who just wanted to spend the rest of their life with. Whatever any of us remember, that's still there. And if you want to remember, you can, or you don't have to. All we ask that what you do with memory is that you prioritize yourself for once. It's the sense of like telling someone who's been doing a job continuously for ages, whether they meant to or not, like you don't need to hold on to that anymore, or at least you don't need to hold on to it because it's what you've always done. It's why, again, to tail it back to the original point of like, why do you do this?
Mm-hmm. You know, Bashiri, Cerelia, Aeon, Sybil, Savas, Horatio. I don't know why necessarily. Maybe I need to find that for myself. But I will tell you, there's a whisper that tells me it's important.
You see the warmest smile that you have ever seen on someone's face, on Bashiri's. And Bashiri's no longer takes center stage. But you have that conversation, and the memories are encoded. God damn it, Noelle. You're sure distracted me. Damn it. But
Could I ask one more favor, please?
yes.
Can y'all talk to the other research centers?
Regrettably, no. We at one point did try and establish communication, but it never really succeeded. I get the sense that either they wish to sort of have their own space away from us in order to only coordinate in person, or the technology has probably frayed over the years.
You know, maybe that's why this is important. The memory, the collection, and the distributing and all of that joke. But also, if that's not possible, can you at least see that two things? Number one, can you see that they're still online? Specifically 3.
Incorporating consciousness into digital connective network.
Let me know if I can help.
Response. Site 3. Now active.
Yay!
Research site 2 and 1. Active.
Okay. My second question. Do you have any memories of Ezekiel?
Archive memory process beginning.
And I think she turns to Errol and Enoch.
We're
Hi.
coming back in.
Yeah, sorry. Hi.
Hey, you just
Hold
you're
on. Look, I got cool
super
stuff.
worried.
It's okay. Well, we'll get to that. Look.
Cool stuff.
Enoch.
I
Enoch,
Yeah.
think
I'm
somebody's at my
unfamiliar with this
door.
feeling of worry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I will be
I've
right
never
back.
felt this before.
We got this.
Be right back.
Hi. So, Enoch, guess what?
Chicken butt?
Ooh, is
What's a
that good?
chicken?
I don't know.
It's a fluffy? Anyway, wait, no, hold on.
Maybe?
Wait. Do you have any
okay.
checks for chicken?
So,
I
Enoch. Okay, so I asked some super important questions. Number 1, are the other research facilities up? The answer is yes, all 4 of them.
Oh wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
Shouldn't those
Even
not,
research site too?
Uh-huh.
aren't those like abandoned for years?
No idea, but at least we know they're active. So that's half of
Huh.
it, right? And then the second thing,
Yeah.
I asked him about Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, I
What'd you
was gonna
get?
see if they have
What'd you get
memories.
about Ezekiel?
They're working on it.
Got it.
Because I
Well,
figure,
Well,
well, with the picture, right? So they had the picture, like the group photo, where like Katarina was in the center, and then all those other people were there, and then Ezekiel was there, right? So
yeah.
I figured they got to know something.
Yeah. Do you have any
great.
tags for Zeke in your memories?
She's gonna think about it. I do. There's not many though,
I see.
and honestly,
see.
I don't know it right because I can't see it. But the ones that I've been making of you, I've now added Ezekiel's tag.
Oh, well, that's good. That's nice.
Yeah. Well, I
I
figure.
mean,
Yeah, I've always been pulled to come down here. And so Cerelia, Aeon, all of them, I had tags of them. I didn't know why, but I have it. So now that I met you and I know that you are connected with Ezekiel, I've tagged memories of you with Ezekiel.
Did they mention anything about this?
They told us before. Let me go back to what I learned. But yeah, we know that the research sites are up. And I was asking for memories of Ezekiel.
Do you think they'd have a way to make this like safe in any of those other research sites?
I don't
couldn't
know.
hurt to look.
Maybe.
Because I
Because
mean,
with
if I can hold on to this.
Yeah, with Research Site 2, it was an agricultural focus, which yours is the whole famine thing, which is bad for agriculture, so maybe. And then Research Site 1 was water, so that's forest and maritime. Maybe, probably not. I don't know.
Wait, what
3
are all the research
was
sites? What do they all correspond to?
3 was botany, biological representation, and natural phenomenon. So, is famine natural phenomenon? Maybe.
I
And
will.
lightning's a natural phenomenon.
I will also say the research site 3 corresponds with the storm region of the world of Aerowen as well. So it would be possibility if anyone knows from local legends or even passed down history, that was also a possibility. But it's right at this moment that you hear memory retrieval complete. Secondary head researcher Ezekiel, memories discovered.
I think Cadix will just very gingerly grab Enoch's arm, like, come on, if you want to.
Yeah, I allow myself to be pulled forward.
Yeah, come on.
So, what you watch is the collective. They raise their hands again against towards the wall, and you see it is a memory that seems to be actually a mix of. Oh dear, I seem to have lost Torin for a second. Oh, what?
Oh my. Uh-oh.
Oh, that happened. Well, we continue, folks.
Sorry, I put in there that I can still hear. I just had to check on something. Apologies, I'm
Oh,
back.
good, oh, good, oh, good, oh, good. I was just like, okay, 2 cameras went down for a second. I was like, it's slowly happening. There's a new apocalypse. Then a
I was
rapture
like,
has
did I miss
appeared.
a cue?
Listen,
What happened?
I have something.
Reiterate.
I have something I need to tell you. If I don't tell you this, something terrible could happen. You have to get to.
God damn, stop. Stop. You
Exactly.
baby.
And that's what the real religion is.
I am our producer gone rogue. It's god damn it. So what you actually see is a memory that seems to have a mixture of perspectives from both Ezekiel and Katerina. And you actually hear Katerina saying, wait. So you're not interested in taking over for me? And you hear him saying, well, here's the thing. I didn't expect to be even remotely considered for this, let alone the highest position with everything. Uh, but I want to say no, and I don't know. I don't know if I could do the same, have the same impact you've had. Like I'm still relatively new to this space in general, and you see Katerina like, and again, it's very strange to see some permutation of Cadix being there, more human, and very much like has a bright smile that is not the smile that Cadix normally has. It's like a genuine like, listen, I know you're new, but I don't think there's anyone who embodies the whole ethos of this place better than you. I've talked to Bashir, I've talked to Sybil and Aeon, I've talked to your head right now. I talked to Ganesha too. Like they all agree that they think you would be the best pick for next head researcher to take over for me. It's like, yeah, but listen, this is not me for once lacking confidence at all. I want to be responsible and I want to do this right. So I also have some other things that I think are not quite the same wheelhouse, if that makes sense, as what you're doing here. But I don't know if folks would approve of me over there on the other site. I mean, they barely even know me. And you see Katerina just have a very like matter of fact expression. Oh, okay, then I'll put in a good word. You can take over as a head researcher there. And I'm just like, what? I'm sorry. What? What? I once again, I'm being given the head researcher thing. This has not been cleared with. There. I've already planned multiple contingencies. If you had said no, one of them was recommendation letters to be sent to other people. That, thank you. Of course. I mean, it's the only thing that makes sense. And also, Khadijah has also mentioned her interest in transferring to any sites that you go to. Okay. I guess she's just interested in the work that I do. And a rare moment of Katerina doing the, oh, god damn it, this fucker. You know she's interested in you, right? It's like, oh, that makes way more sense.
Come on,
Fuck.
Zeke. Jeepers.
Well, at least you didn't inherit that part.
Everything's great.
You got way more charismatic than that guy. I don't mean that's a bad thing, by the way.
I am.
Super cute.
So that was Zeke.
That's what the memories say.
And that was Katerina.
Cool. It's great.
So what research site did Zeke transfer to this?
3.
Yeah, I think it
Three.
was 3.
Yeah, it would have been regarding natural phenomena. I will say
Oh, like your sun thing.
Yeah.
also
So
another aspect involved with that does connect to Errol's particular concerns is that within the scope of what is considered natural phenomena, droughts and places that could cause widespread harm to local biological populations, including something like a famine, would fall under that area.
You know, I feel like we've been focusing on me so much. Enoch, where do you want to go?
research site 3. That's
Okay,
where Zeke
thank
went.
God.
That's where I want to go.
It is online.
Now, yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
didn't hear that part, but yeah.
No, I told you.
Oh, whew. All right. Yeah, I think it would be best to go to research site 3 next.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Or well, I'm willing.
Should we take a moment? Should we take a nap?
Oh, definitely. I'm
Find
so
food.
tired. Oh.
I feel so.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like I feel great.
I think Cadex will get like a roll like
Kill
a
things.
pillow from the research area and just like
Kill all the
like
monsters.
shove it under Errol's head.
Destroy
Okay,
them.
we're good.
Destroy them, murder, destruction.
Oh, that's cute.
Shred their bones in little pieces.
So yeah, we could go there if we want. I'm sure
Well,
Jinx would be along for the ride now that she found Hiram.
yeah, for sure. We should rest
Mhm.
and then head there, I think.
Actually, real quick question. Just to reiterate, Cerelia, Aeon, Sybil, Bashira, Savas, Horatio, we're safe in here, right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, we
The
should.
Nexus Core has been it has been both designed and programmed with additional contingency parameters in the event that any sort of hostiles appear. For example, waves a hand above, and you see a floating, almost like human head size little like robot with multiple little like tentacle like appendages just come down with a singular glowing red. It looks kind of the way that it extends out, almost like a camera lens going
Can
forward.
I keep it?
Right, I
Seriously.
need like
No, I'm just kidding.
12.
That's so
I
cool.
need like 30 of
Cerelia, can I
these.
keep it, please?
You see the little robot like turns in the direction of you, and you hear like a.
Hey there, little guy.
I think with my talks with machines, my hair will fly up and kind of wrap on one of the tentacles. Just say hi.
Research your head, Gaddix. Would
Hi!
you like me to eliminate this particular individual?
Hey
Hi, Dad.
there. Oh my gosh, you're so cute.
Implement defensive
I'm
protocol.
just gonna
Alert.
I will.
Alert.
I'm just gonna do a little stretch on
Hold
your
on.
head.
What are my abilities? Hold on, I need to look at them. Well, there's one that I distinct activation or something. Or let me look it up. It basically could
Can
make
I
it not do
fully
that.
charge? Can I? So one of my abilities that I haven't used yet is that I can fully charge up a like mechanical thing.
Okay, you do this. More tentacle like mechanical like appendages appear out of it, and now it takes on. It went from like a squid to like a kraken level of design.
Like it
You're
got bigger?
just a cute little
Um,
guy,
Yes.
aren't you?
Like
Oh
its
no!
components
Don't do that!
stretched
Oh no!
out and expanded.
No.
I just want to get no. It's okay.
Protocol defender designation. Lindsay.
Aw, their name is Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay. Aw, Lindsay, aren't you just the cutest little
No.
guy?
I would say don't touch it with the lightning thing. It gets bigger and it
Let's-
fights.
Instead, a nap.
Yeah.
A nap instead
A
of
nap.
poking.
Lindsay-
Instead of whatever the fuck this is.
Lindsay, you're gonna protect us, right?
research protocol defender Lindsay will defend head researcher Cadex.
Thank you. And then she'll
Lindsay,
disconnect.
I would ask you to come with us, but that voice seems like it's gonna be really hard for you to do.
Don't worry, my throat is already fucked up as it is. I have an entire Ricola package of cough drops, so
Yes.
this will be dead by the end of stream. But I could do that voice.
Hey.
I think Lindsay should stay here because they've got friends, but they will protect us and they're not going to harm us. But
You
I
see above
wouldn't
you
make it any
4
bigger.
more pop up.
Oh my.
Don't touch it. I see the look in your eyes.
Bed,
Don't do it.
bed, Errol, bed.
Because here's
I
the
grab
bad
Errol.
thing.
There's
If
so
they
many
get
of
too
them.
big, I can't control them.
There's so many of them, and they're so cute.
I'll ask their names.
I'll go to bed. I'll go to bed.
Yeah, use the human hand.
Yeah, we'll all go to bed.
Okay, I can tell when people are lying, Errol. Remember?
So I want
No
to.
one can lie to me.
Jinx comes in from having done research. Errol, I see what you're doing there. No, you're gonna go to sleep after you get food. Is there food that can be made here? We'll handle
Jinx,
that in a
where have you
moment.
been?
Talking with a very silly man about very silly priorities that are very important to me as well. That is all you need to know for right now. I will let you know about more of these things later. But you don't she moves like does this. I'm sure this is gonna be a thing for some people. Like has a look of like a nun about to get the ruler out and be like, "Stop it! No."
No touchy.
Fine.
And actually, Jinx, I have so much information to give you now.
I will be happy to hear it once we have all rested because
Okay.
I would like to rest.
Yes, ma'am.
This has been a lot.
Thank you, Jinx. Let's get.
Happy to help.
Okay,
You are
everyone.
invaluable.
Everyone, you can all go to sleep over here. I'm just gonna sleep over in this sort of direction.
Hey,
Enoch
Lindsay,
has
you wake
like
me up?
eyes trained on
I
Errol.
think Cadex is even going to ask Lindsay and them if they see you try to do anything to let me know.
Also, would like to provide. It's a short one, but one that I think is still well worth it. Enoch,
Yes.
GM intrusion.
Oh yeah.
In the midst of like settling down, because I will say very quickly that this place, the archives actually have an additional. This is what makes Katarina's tendencies even worse, but I feel like Torin, the player, would appreciate the fact that I've just burned all of the neurodivergent people who forget to eat food for several hours on end.
I felt very called out, but also seen.
You're welcome.
You too,
All
cause
of you.
woof.
All of us have sinned, and we will all suffer for it. Anyways, there is actually like a subsection of the archives where, because this is a multi-modality and sensory experience location designed to encode memories of various modalities, there's also memories and creation protocols in place for making food and creating water. So it's not that Katarina didn't even have the means to do it. Katarina just didn't do it. Which, to be fair, is most of us when we're like, it would not take you that long to make a goddamn quesadilla or something. It's like, yes, but have you considered? I didn't.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And the thing is, she would do it for other people, just to be fair, but she wouldn't do it for herself.
Oh yeah. No.
Herself? Yeah.
I think she probably is the first one to suggest it for everyone else. But anyways, I'm done burning all of the neurodivergent people in the chat, which is to say everybody in chat. There is distinct recollections of, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say there's certain like spices and such here that have not been interacted with for like, we're talking decades, if not almost a century. Mm-hmm. So the kinds of things that are here are like like there is the ability to encode and distribute, like we're talking like 130-year-old soy sauce kind of things, where it's like stuff that's like this shit has been around and is pungent as fuck.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that kind of range of intensity of things. And then there's also subsections of more like local fare, because again, all of the researchers had different interests in making sure local stories especially were preserved, which also meant local cuisines were preserved. Which
Can I
means,
actually throw in there that they probably would have even had like their favorites. Like it literally would probably say something like Ezekiel's favorite. Because above table, Cadix was very interested in the stories from the person.
yep.
Mm-mm.
So what this so I'm going to say Sole is a love letter both to myself and also to Torn the player. That there's, think of your favorite Southern specialties. Imagine an entire spread of that can just be conjured like at
I
will.
just got so hungry. Oh my god.
You're all welcome. You all leave the stream
I haven't
hungry.
eaten. I have not
I
eaten.
haven't eaten I haven't
Ah,
eaten lunch yet.
You all,
Give me a
This all-
hard cut to break, just so we can all go get food.
I promise that this will be relatively quick, but just to give you a sense of like, you have a whole spread, but as you're winding down for the night, Enoch, the intrusion I'm going to offer to you is a chance, if you want to, you do see a file that is sticking out of the archives that you do know was in a section similar to where Zeke's stuff was.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
go take a peek.
Okay, so for both this intrusion and the intrusion that Cadix had earlier, both of you need to pick, you both get 1 XP, but both of you also need to pick another person who you would have wanted to get the other XP as well.
I will give one to Jinx for next time.
Okay,
And I will give mine to Cadix, actually,
okay.
because of her being so candid and forthcoming.
You find another recording. Solely because, like, for full disclosure, this is just a reference solely for the folks who ever watched Living Single growing up. For anyone who knows that show, the name Khadijah is taken from Khadijah James from that series. So it basically, here you go, Alex. Your great great grandmother looks like Queen Latifah. There you go. Enjoy that. Enjoy that.
Baby, tell me something good. That's what I like to hear.
But so it is a relatively short, almost like little diary. But Enoch does get to see, like, one, his great great grandmother, and two, she does give a rundown. It was like, you know, I don't know what it is about him that makes me like him. He keeps talking about having said something about having talked to like a descendant of his, and I don't know what any of that is about. He's a dreamer with a lot of ideas in his head that probably aren't going to go anywhere, and yet it's kind of endearing. There's something about the fact that a man just wants to keep trying and do right. That's, it's worth believing in him a little bit, because he, as much as he does dream, he still also is working at it. Whenever he gets focused on a thing, he puts his all into it, and it's good to see a man trying to learn and try and do better, even though he still doesn't understand any of the hints that I give this man. I don't know how oblivious a man can get, but he may be the absolute epitome of them. But I don't know whoever is going to find this, if you know, you'll remember who I am, or if who I am will make any sense to you, but I hope life is good to you, and I hope that whomever you find that makes you believe in dreams a little bit more, I hope you keep them close. Take care, hon. And the diary just kind of ends right there.
It's really cool to see this, to watch like this little window into their lives. Yeah. I think Zeke is gonna, not Zeke, Enoch is going to sleep well tonight. Oh, goodness.
And so with that, with the party getting a full recovery of everything, folks, you are back up to top. You are all filled. You've had food. For some of you, you've had southern delicacies that haven't been seen in decades. For some of you, if any of you know what the fuck a pupusa is, you had multiple of these available, and that's pretty goddamn good.
I was gonna say fish and spaghetti, but pupusas will work just fine for me.
Oh man, chicken fried steak. Those are good.
Oh
Look,
God.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, no, that's too cliche.
I am
No, it's too
begging
good.
you.
Don't care.
I
I'm
am
about to
begging
go
you to let us
to
break.
I'm about to go to break. I promise. So
I will leave the call.
I'm about to cut us to break, everybody. We'll be back in about 10 minutes as there's going to be a lot still to investigate, look at, and process here with our group. I just made Alex cry. You're welcome. And, we're going to continue on, but see everybody in about 10 minutes. We'll catch you real soon. Hello there, lovely
Hi.
beings. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. Did you miss us? You still love us? Do you want to be here with us?
Whenever we're not on screen, we're in a void. It's so cold. And it hurts.
Please, if you stop watching, we all die. We all
Please.
some horrible corrupted version of the ring. Just updated.
We only exist within your gaze.
It's just Schrodinger streamer. You don't know whether we're alive or dead. You only have confirmation while we're streaming. Okay, memeing aside, or are we? Let's get back into it with the group has had some very interesting emotional moments happen and is all now also recovered, given that both in and out of game they have acquired food that they needed and or snacks, except for myself because my partner is making me dinner and I'm not going to deny a butch making me delightful food. Respect your butches, everybody. They do a lot of work. They put in a lot of time.
It's up there. I want to tell you something. To everyone who's watching this stream, respect your butches. Okay? Call this number up in the top of the screen.
But so, the group is able to recover. Again, also there is. I really am just telling on myself of what like teenage me would have wanted is just access to a library that has food already prepared for me and also has sleeping arrangements built into the area, like, and they're all comfy and they all just adapt to what you want. So if you wanted like a mattress,
and oh no, there's only one bed.
Oh no! Whatever will we do?
Viewers out there, if you want an OnlyFans game of this, please let us know. Anyways, carry on.
It will only be me. No one else will be on the stream. And I will just recite Pokemon for 3 hours.
That'll do it for some people, though.
Pay
Charmander.
up now, folks.
Squirtle. I don't know any Pokemon. That's all I know. I know the ones that are in Smash Bros.
Houndoom.
Oh my god, it's so funny. I think Cadix, for when she like powered down, she probably had like her hair was into the console while she was sleeping just to exchange information. She doesn't need to be awake to do that. Just for flavor.
When the group is ready, Cerelia is still there, just sort of floating. It's very strange that they don't really sleep. They're just kind of always aware of everything.
Cerelia?
Yes.
Do you think if we were to travel to Research Center 1, 2, or 3, do you have maps to help us?
The thing is that while I could give you a map of what it was during our time,
yeah,
the centers all had a very similar design to what this research site has, which is to say that they are meant to be, aside from those who are supposed to be using it, they are designed to be something that constantly shifts as
That's
a
pretty smart,
protocol.
honestly.
Oh dear, that is a camera that was gone. Well, that happened. Oh,
But
she's
yeah,
back.
So
that's
cold.
pretty smart, honestly.
So cold. The best. There's something so hilarious and unsettling about the fact that on the overlay it just changed to showing cheerful glaive underneath your spot. Noelle, as you were going, it was so cold.
I nudged my camera, and I guess this thing is like old.
It says "nar," not just "nah," "nar."
Nar.
Thank you, Ryu, for that.
I think
Uh,
you're old and Australian this whole time. You can never really know someone.
Would you like me to ask it?
Listen,
what exactly are you interested in talking with me about? Just fucking, it's like it just starts switching accents like every other second. You're like, who the fuck are you? It's like you don't need to know. Best that you
What?
don't know. Anyways,
You know, definitely understood. And quite frankly, that's really smart, actually, because then nobody could access it without either at least being smart enough or having prior knowledge. So that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, can we take the maps to get there? Even if they're old, it might help us out a little bit because I don't think any of us know. Like, it was a pretty big gamble for us to get here in the first place, anyway.
I'd be happy to provide you with them, Catex.
You can call me Katarina, it's fine. I don't really know who she is, but you know, y'all seem to like her.
Yeah, are you like? Would you be Katarina's kid? How? What is the like relationship like on a?
You see the consciousness speaks to directs their attention to you, Errol. One of us is Katarina's wife. Another one is Katarina's husband.
Oh, I was talking about Cadex.
Oh,
I don't know.
Just because, like, it's same body but like different memory. I don't know. It's a whole thing.
Is it
I'm
the
gonna
same
step
body?
back. This seems personal. This
I
seems
don't think you
personal and
see her
awkward,
like
and I don't want to
patting
be
down a
involved
little
in this.
bit.
Well, so I will tell you, every time I reiterate, I also have a new replacement.
What?
Huh.
Yeah, the last one was the eye.
How many more reiterations do you have until it's all?
I don't know. I can probably just keep
Okay.
doing this infinitely, as far as I'm aware.
Enoch,
Mm-mm.
we have got to get this like button down. Again, do you
It's
know how wrong it feels for me to say that?
It is a little out of character for you. Are
it
you
is
okay?
a bit out of
I
character.
don't know what's
for you,
wrong. I think this is doing something to my brain. Like,
Listen, I think this is. I needed a good night's sleep. I think we all did.
yeah.
And the reason why I don't understand why Cadix, why you don't have context for who you were or why you were. I don't think I need to know that in order to know that you are a part of this journey. And as long as you're a part of this journey, we should stick together. I
Sounds
just
good to
have
me.
that feeling.
We all care about you, and we like this Cadix.
Aw,
Yeah.
thanks. I like y'all. You know, I have very few
Nope.
times. No, what?
You said and I just instantly got so worried. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Okay. All right. Don't say you know. Okay.
Worse. That's worse.
Hi. Okay. I've
You're doing your best,
sometimes
Cadix.
asked myself why, because people asked me before, right? Like the monk has asked me before, and I was like, I don't know. You know, sorry. Whoops. Oh God,
Don't
I
get the
don't know
book
how to say.
out.
Ah!
Don't get the book out.
So there are
I heard dice
sometimes
rolling earlier.
there are sometimes that when I've been by myself, like everyone's been asleep, and I'm just sitting here like awake because I don't sleep that much. Where I've tried to find that answer and I just get null. Every time I go, hi, how does this work? It's just like returns null. I don't know. But I also don't feel great about it. It doesn't seem to be a happy thing. It seems to be protective. Like, don't touch it. Don't do that. No. Danger, Will Robinson. Like that kind of thing. Bad. So I don't push that hard.
I mean, like it's okay for stuff to not be good all the time. Sometimes, again, this is me saying that, and
I like being happy.
I think I hit my head
Well,
or something.
Yeah, are you okay?
Cadix,
I'm honestly
Don't
been a little
feel
worried.
good.
I need to ask Cadix.
Mhm.
If you do not acknowledge or process anything that is not happy, how do you know if you're happy?
I feel like smiling.
Enoch, you are so old and so wise.
They really are.
Both of those things are true. You are correct.
Super smart.
I am old and I am wise.
Also, like, Enoch, I like lean over and whisper to Kat, it's like, really good game. Like,
I know.
honestly,
They really like I was telling them earlier when we were watching Ezekiel did not inherited Ezekiel's charisma. Woo-hoo.
no. I
I
guess
mean,
like
they
maybe
seem really
that's just
sweet, just for the record. Ezekiel seems really awesome. No
oh
bashing
yeah,
him,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah. Woo-hoo.
I saw like a little snippet. But like, yeah, no, I mean, I was around Enoch for a while when I was little, and like most of the moms in my town, like major crushes, major
Can totally
crushes,
understand why. They're so nice.
and
Well,
a lot of the
not
dads
nice.
too, and a lot of the parents,
All of
just
them.
sort of across the board.
And I can't, I'm not hearing any of this.
I
Oh.
think that I am whispering it extremely loudly. Like, I
Oh,
think that I'm
so
being very
you see Enoch kind of primping a little bit, like, yeah, I actually am him. I really am Himothy von Hemington.
And then I think you see the notebook come out, just like I think the priest will really want to know that. That sounds really interesting.
Can you make a tag that says Timothy Monumington?
Yes. Hold on. Done.
I actually have a question for the consciousness for Cadix's spouses, partners at all.
Spouses, partners at all as a that makes me smile as a polyam person. Like that is how and the research nerd in me is very happy that it's like hello there, girlfriend, partner at all. Yes, what is your question?
So, I think while Errol and Cadix are whispering very loudly about how hot I am, basically, I am going to speak with Sorelia and just real quick to understand Cadix a little better. The context that Cadix is missing, is that something that she could access were she of a mind to? Or is it something that has been divorced from her entirely that somebody else would have to give her access to?
Say that one more time.
The context about who Katarina is in relation to Cadix, that context, is that something that Cadix can access on her own? or is it something that someone else would have to give to her?
Cadix can access that.
Interesting.
It is a question of whether or not Cadix feels the need.
So yeah, it's like
Yeah.
whenever you're like, I don't want to look at this part of my psyche right now because there's gonna be stuff
Yeah.
in there.
Well,
You know, whenever
I
you're like
wasn't sure if
7.
it was like not allowed or not available. I wasn't sure which of the two it was.
No.
Can I
So that
provide
works.
part of the answer?
Yes.
Please.
Above table. Oh, you know what? That's a good question. I don't know if Cerelia would know it. The answer.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, DM? GM?
Why don't you give the answer and I'll let you know whether or not it
Yeah.
applies.
So there is a very specific set of circumstances where, so Cadix could choose to. She has the ability to do that, but it would have to be a certain set of circumstances that would be very dire for it to happen.
Okay. That helps. Because now I understand that it's not an inability, it is an unwillingness. And that is enough for me to
It is.
That's your business, baby. You know what I mean? Like
here's the thing about Cadix and why, like, with the whole integration of things and why even Cadix had some things that were like not that were tagged, but Cadix was unable to get access to those memories. That is done by Cadix, or rather, that was done by Katarina. You need to understand, Cadix as a character. I love you, Torm, but also Cadix as a character is very much self-denial. The character.
No.
Cadix is me before therapy, boo. I
Same.
see the person you are.
Cadix is me right
Wow.
before
I
therapy.
see the
Like,
man
I
you are.
reset every week.
Yeah.
I feel so seen.
Chat. However many of you were called out or feel that statement, we're all hurting with you. This is the psychological damage equivalent of we all
Chat.
bleed red, everybody.
You want to say, everyone on this call, everyone at Girls Run These Worlds, we just want to say, respect your butches, okay? This is an important. This is really important. You have to get this.
New T-shirt.
I'm putting it in my notes. Respect your bushes.
Right. the fucking extra smile on the Girls Run This World chat. I haven't guessed who that is, but so
if we need merch,
we have to consider that again for the future. We'll take it under consideration. So Cerelia would let you know that information, that it's very much like Cadix. I think actually it would be Bashiri telling you this one. Is Bashiri would be telling you directly, like, Cadix is going to be whoever she's going to be. If she wants to go back to being more like Katarina, that's for her to decide.
Exactly.
I think you would have a rare moment of Bashiri somewhat sheepishly saying, "Would I like my wife to be back?" Yes. But that's not for me to decide. Once
I
again,
think it's for any of us.
nope. Once again, proving Bashiri is cyber collective consciousness wife guy.
Mm-hmm. It's my wife. Yeah.
My wife is the best because she is my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Do they have Borat?
No. I banned Borat.
So
I banned Borat from the very concept of existing in my world, not even as a parody.
Errol starts thinking of Borat and just lightning strikes out of the sky and
kills Errol.
And they are underground right now. This is...
Oh my goodness.
So, getting back on point. When the group is ready to leave, there is actually something that the panel actually opens up for Enoch. This is a device that was left aside for you by one designated researcher, Ezekiel. Now, the form in the book, this is why I've been looking at this, folks. I did have an actual purpose for this because I was like, I know this book is weird as shit, and there's some and artifacts. And by the way, this is an artifact, not a cipher or a Numenera. This is an artifact.
Oh my!
Because you're welcome.
Thank you.
The form-designated description is a fingerless glove of semi-rigid synth. Synth is sort of a catch-all term for a lot of the like technological material. The thing that I'm going to give you specifically is to add on to it for flavor is that it is a fingerless glove that split right down the middle of the material that seems to conform and is reactive to your natural solar like energy. One half of it lights up with sun motifs. The other one lights up with lunar motifs. Sorelia does not know what this is. So mechanically, you would have to do an additional check to identify what the hell this thing is. But you would be told it was specifically left aside for you to interact with.
Can we all roll to like do an investigation on it?
I'd love to try and take a peek-see and see what I can, nose out about it.
Let me just pull up my thing to make sure my own reference sheet to remember the exact thing.
I'm using Enoch's dice.
The Enoch dice. Oh, they're so pretty. Let's go. They're so pretty.
Oh, they rule.
Golden green and beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, so this is going to be... Actually, I need to re-roll that then, because that is way too... Wait, intellect task would be artifact level +2. No, that's mean. I'm giving you a weaker item just so that the difficulty is not fuck... Okay, well, I guess the game would like to say fuck you in particular to identifying this thing. So, just so you know, this is ancient technology, like ridiculously, absurdly old technology.
Even older than Enoch?
Who would have thought, right? I'm literally the oldest thing in the world.
Enoch, this is a difficulty 9 intellect task.
Wow.
Okay. We just rested. Okay.
We could help.
Woof.
Cuckoo.
Okay.
I'd be happy to help.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no.
No, there's no metagaming pigeon here, Torin. Quiet you. I'll let you have an above. I'll let you have an above table condor, but I'm not letting a metagaming pigeon be here.
But yeah, I didn't want to butt into a story element, but I was like,
it's a difficulty 9, which means I would need to roll a 27.
Yes, which is impossible on a D20.
No, it is. I'm good, but I'm not that good. Okay.
Well, you can put 2 levels of effort towards it, right?
I can.
Yes,
I can
which
put
would drop
2
it down
levels
to
of
a
effort.
7, which would make it a 21.
A 21.
Okay, and then we can help you.
And my edge is in.
Edge reduces.
Oh right, edge reduces the number. Okay, so I'm gonna put.
This will be the other clip
like,
that someone has to take from one of our sessions. Is just make a compilation of me explaining edge versus effort. I want to know. I don't mind explaining it again and again. I just think it would be funny every session. We have
just one more time.
Form of it.
So edge.
Just one more time. Go over the thing you've explained like 800 times.
So I have 15 edge, right?
Wait, can I? No.
Okay,
I have a 15.
Wait. I have to. Shit. I was trying to look on the overlay, the live overlay. God damn it, Jen! I saw your burp comment to see if I could jab the side that Errol is on. But the problem is that if I make this gesture and jab, it only hits Torin, so it's not.
Yeah, I was like, I'm there. Wait.
So
Don't hurt Torin for my crimes.
yeah, so here is what I'm going to do. That at this degree is, to me, that's still too ridiculous. So what I'm going to do is I'm rolling again, because this takes into account the
I think we
in
can do
order.
it. I think if we both help, we can do it. And I
But
think
so
that's
here's the thing.
accurate.
I'm going to still make this hard, but I'm re-rolling for the difficulty. So it is this thing's level, which will be for this will be a certain amount, and then +2. So
Okay.
the difficulty I'm going to work with is 7 instead. So as
7?
your starting difficulty. So you have training and understanding Numenera already just by being a
Mhm.
nano. So that drops it to a 6. If you
Okay.
put 2 levels of effort into this, that drops it to a 4.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll do that.
Hey,
I'll do that.
magic
And
glove
my
thingy. Do you have any insight on this artifact?
Magic glove of the ancients, give me knowledge beyond knowledge. Damn it.
Well, and if
so
Enoch was
wait, that
going to
would give
ask for
me
help,
11 points in my pool.
and if
Um,
Enoch would ask for help, I do have a convenient glimmer intrusion to get
I
clear
was
answers.
thinking about that because we have the same intrusions. I was
Yes,
like,
we
I
do.
Do you
wonder.
have the XP to spend for said intrusion?
Oh
Yep, and
yeah,
the 2
baby.
XP.
Mm-hmm.
We also got
Then
XP earlier.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then. Then
I think you should give Torin XP just for being great. Just killing it.
flattery will not get you everywhere.
In
It will
fact,
get you
hey,
far with me though.
hey, Anha, take an XP.
on me, on me.
That's on me, okay?
So it drops.
I have
yes,
a very gay specific thing planned for you later. Don't make me regret that I've planned it.
Aww.
Anyways,
so
so
okay.
if you're willing to spend the XP for the intrusion,
Mhm.
then I know exactly how it actually shows up.
Yeah, I'll spend the XP for the intrusion. I
So,
haven't done an intrusion yet.
so this is actually, why did I put this book away? Because I need to actually read out what the fuck it is.
The
So,
ancient texts.
ancient tech. Oh wow, it opened up to the exact page I needed. Thank you, Monty Cook, for having very foldable books. But so
And hey, Monty Cook, again, please.
so this is what is called, very fittingly, this is called a light spike. When the
Oh.
glove is activated, a spike of solid red-hot energy is emitted from the back of the wearer's hand. The spike can be used as a melee weapon that inflicts damage equal to the artifact's level, which is 5. It lasts for 10 minutes. If the wielder increases the spike's power, which requires a separate action and an additional depletion roll, the damage increases by 1 point. So the way this works is that depletion roll, other thing, that was the other reason I was like slightly distracted looking up stuff. So I had to look this up. So your depletion number is 2. So if at any given point, when you try and use this thing, you roll a d20. If it lands on a 2, that's the last time you get to use it, and then it needs to be recharged. But up until that
I
point,
think that stuff.
but up until that point, it's still active. So
Nice.
you have a level 5 artifact, a light spike, that does a shitload of damage.
It does. It does more
5
damage than my biggest attack.
Wait, you have Wolverine claws?
I
So
do
here's the
actually.
thing. Because you used the helpful thing, the helpful intrusion, which I'm gonna have it be, Zeke has left a tiny hologram message encoded in it that
Aw.
just pops up. So, hey, this is designed for you. I hope that this works for you. I've kind of guessed at an adaptable sort of material. Khadijah has tried to help me with this, but also I don't even know if she's 100% certain if this thing will work. But basically, if you provide a sort of light source of any kind to the object, it'll basically channel a whole bolt of condensed solar energy that you can just stick into somebody that's threatening you. Stay safe. Be good. You'll be fine. But so basically, the way I'm ruling is that Zeke did not know, but basically you are the exact kind of person this artifact works for, because you literally naturally emanate solar energy.
Yeah. This is so cool. Gee whiz.
Not the gee whiz. That's gonna hurt my heart more than anything else. So when the group is ready, Sorelia says, I can reconfigure the temple from this point to put you at the very front of it. Past that point, should you choose to re-enter the temple at any given point, the reconfiguration process will have already gone into effect once more.
Okay. Actually, Hiram, are you staying here?
Hiram, who has already been up for many hours, still has like a piece of toast in his mouth, and he just like scarfs it down. He says, I think I have found my life's calling, actually. I have
Aw.
so much that I want to look at, so much that I want to learn, and there's so much here and so much that was lost. There was so much that was put into preserving this place. I would hate for any of it to fall into disrepair, so I think I will stay.
I think Cadix feels very compelled just to kind of get up close to him and just small little sidebar. Just, I obviously don't know who Katarina was or anything, but from what I saw in the memories of other people, she was very dedicated and really liked to tell stories and make sure it's there and preserve it like you were talking about, but it seemed to weigh her down a lot. So just be careful.
Oh, I've already gone through many losses in my life, and I've already become quite steeled to stories that don't always end so well. I promise you, I will be good.
Okay, just take care. Also, how about this? I will give you this. And she's going to give him one of the diaries that she carries from a long time ago, the botany one. And you give me yours. I'll write in it, and then you find me, or I find you, however that's going to work. And I will give you more information of outside while you're not there.
I will see you at a future point in time.
Yeah, I'll put stuff in it. Really fun drawings like this. And she shows the bird battle of the race that we had at the very beginning. It's really bad, just like this.
Has the look of a parent.
Arrow that's like me.
Yeah, and look, this is Jinx. She's holding us down, making sure we're not going to die.
That sounds like her. She's far more sensible. It's like, I know I'm more sensible. I would have also been more inclined to write more than a few sentences.
Actually, also, it has our adventures from when we delved before, so you can catch up on what Jake's been doing.
Sounds wonderful.
Thank you. Here you go.
Passes over his notes of what he's been looking into as well.
I'll write up what Jinx has been doing in there.
So the back wall just sort of just like slides, like vibrates, and then slides back into itself. And the moment the group walks through it, you are right in front of the steps that you were when you first entered the temple. There is nearby the remains of what appears to be a water serpent and a very spiny tentacled boy.
Jinx, you're a badass. Look at that.
I figured they would kill each other at some point.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right. Are we all ready to go? Do any of you want to explore? Do anything else?
I definitely want to take a drawing of the entrance with the real words in it.
You do see there again, it is on the front steps. You see it's like buried beneath a bunch of. It's nearly faded out, but if Enoch, for example, sheds any sort of light around it, you'd more clearly see the outline. And actually, the steps, should Enoch show any sort of light, react and light up to refresh the words.
Huh. Yeah, I'll touch my new glove and make it light up so I have light hands.
Yeah, when you touch the glove, you got a giant condensed bolt of solar energy that just appears.
That's
Does it
really
light up?
cool.
It lights up in the way that someone setting a fire directly in front of you lights up. I mean, yes, but also
That sounds like a
overkill.
great way to light something up. Isn't that what a torch
It
is?
does. Yeah, basically, I got
I
a
am
torch.
just, taunting. I'm going to die. Like, you're going to reach your hand out of the screen somehow.
She's gonna like do the, full drawing with the corrected words in there. I don't know if she knows that they're actually corrected, but the full scale of what they are. I don't think they're connecting and meaning anything to her, like changing the directives. But
When the group is ready, Jinx, you were left with a device to essentially blow on, and it would summon Virgil again.
we get to see Virgil again.
Virgil, you
Maybe we
return.
can have another race.
Yeah,
Also,
you do
Enoch.
see.
Oh, sorry.
No, go.
Enoch, that glove is
Yeah.
beautiful.
It is.
Enoch,
Z-
you
Yeah.
must not be muscling into my glove territory.
Well, mine doesn't talk to me.
What's
It
that?
just actually does the work of protecting me.
No, let's. Oh. Enoch is a big poser.
Jesus,
I think it's beautiful.
so petty.
And
So
like,
petty.
do you mind if I write notes on it?
No, please.
It's just like going
While
through it in like
that
a horrible
happens-
drawn picture.
While that happens, you do see Virgilius does arrive. Remember, you're Po2 friends, so you do see your giant-eyed burb mechanical bird rider. It's like, oh, after a certain bit, I was just kind of expecting you to be dead, but I'm
Not
glad
yet!
you're all alive. Well, comforting, also terrifying to hear.
I mean, you never know what's gonna happen.
So,
Yeah.
do we have a destination in mind, folks?
Yes. And then I don't know if I got like a written map or if I like got the mental map.
It's mostly a mental map that could be like, given Cadix's tendency, you just go with information, you would be able to indicate it out. So it'll take at least a few days journey to make it over there, especially because the region you're going to is extremely dangerous.
Onward
So-
to adventure.
Yes. Okay. And this is a
Indeed.
research site. We're going to another research site. And uh-huh.
Okay,
Now I have one request.
you're already asking one thing, a big one, but
Two
sure.
requests.
Okay.
We race again.
I also want to request this.
Ovid's not around. Ovid's
We can find another one.
looks over with giant concerned eyes in Enoch's direction. Do you agree with this?
I like to go fast.
Woo!
Yay! Enoch,
Jinx
you're
is
so
just
cool.
like preemptively already getting rope and like tying everybody down. By the way, while you're all saying this, there does appear to have been another passenger on the back of the bird as well.
Hi. I'm Cadix.
Hello.
Yeah, you see
New people.
what lesbian stereotype am I going with this time for my character creation? So I'm gonna go with like a track or runner kind of build.
Nice.
Long red hair that's very much tied up in a ponytail. Light brown skin, but kind of like cooler toned to it. The redness, as opposed to how you've seen some other people's, a little bit like lower, so closer to like right around the lips and edges of the mouth.
Mhm.
Her eyes appear to be like clear white, but she does not appear to be blind of any sort. It just appears to be an aspect of like the way their eyes are, and she seems like she waves at everybody, and I'm going to offer an intrusion for Errol specifically.
Sure, I'll take an intrusion.
I didn't even I'm not even
I know. I love that we're all just like,
this
go
guy,
for it.
everyone's just like, so there is a distinct look of surprise when she sees you, Errol, that you pick up on.
Hi, I'm waving with the gloved hand, and it's just like there are lightning sparks coming off of it. It is
The-
glowing red.
So the intrusion I'm going to offer you, which you can, because of this, you get 1 XP, and you get to choose who amongst the party will get the other XP.
You know, Vivi, just out there, wherever you are,
So
we want you to get better. So
yeah, so Phoebe's so she looks distinctly familiar to you.
Glove. Do I know this person?
I don't think you need to remember this person. There's really no importance to remembering.
Okay, you're no help. Hey. Uh,
Jasmine. You do have the name Jasmine.
hey, Jasmine. Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Yes.
Uh, uh. Oh my gosh, it's so well to run into you here. What are you doing in this death world where everything will kill you?
Well, you see, I didn't really get enough time to really tell Virgil to not suddenly do a dive bomb downwards, because it
Cool.
seemed like the
Cool.
bird, he
Cool.
almost lost control for a second because the bird was eager to be called over. I get the sense it's a kind of a natural reaction when they hear whatever sound they just heard. But I'm just kind of here for the ride. Just
Okay. How do I know Jasmine?
you know Jasmine from your home,
Hmm.
from where you used to live before you were kicked out.
So, Jasmine, is it gonna be an issue to have me riding on this thing with you? I mean, because
No,
of the
no, why would it
whole.
be an issue? No, 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 no.
I mean, you know, kind of got everyone a little mad at me with this one.
Can I do a perception real quick on that? No.
I mean, you can. It's I'm putting it at a difficulty 3 intellect task, which your
Wait,
your
can I
ability
do
to
the same thing?
you fuckers can. Yes, you
Yep.
nosy ass people.
Well, the thing is, like, no one can lie to me. So I was like,
So
all
it
right.
makes it so it's a difficulty 2, Torin.
Okay.
And
I'm so sorry. My edge is
Hmm.
2.
would this technically be a task involving
Edge
sight?
is for
I know.
abilities.
Billy's got it. All right. I can't
It
remember what his
technically
ability. I
is.
need to go look
So,
it up. Yeah.
So
okay,
this
so
is
my
difficult.
edge would work on this.
Ed,
This is an ability check, right?
I, um,
I know. I need to go get the terms right.
so you would not be able. Well, your inability would kick in for you, Errol, because remember, you have a harder. Your thing is you have a harder time.
I can't. Whenever people are lying to me, I don't.
Yeah, so for you, this is a difficulty 4, whereas for Cadix, this is a difficulty 2. That's how your thing
I'm
works.
not gonna
Inabilities
roll.
make it
I'm just
hard.
happy to see my friend.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
so
rolled
this
a
is
9, by the way.
And this is a
you're
skill
good.
for my curious thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I
So
don't
yeah,
remember.
so
Don't know
difficulty
how
2.
that equates here. Okay.
Yeah. So it's already lowered the difficulty from your
Yeah.
thing. So it's
I rolled a
6 or above.
12.
Then you're good.
Okay.
You both have a distinct sense she is extremely flustered, though not out of fear.
I
think
guys,
this-
I kind of get the vibe that like she's pretty nervous about this thing. So like, I think maybe we should. I'll ride up front, so I won't have to be too close to her.
This is a moment where Cadix like pulls on Jinx's shirt, you know, it does the whole like non-communicative or non-verbal like
What
we have a
she
non-verbal shorthand. Yeah.
like the only thing she like does a like one of these like pointing between Jasmine and Errol, and is like she.
Yeah, the eyebrow comes up and just a
Mm, mhm.
Okay. So do you guys think I should write up front? Just so I'm not like really, because I don't want to like make
You
her
know,
uncomfortable.
Honestly?
y-
Oh, go
why
ahead,
don't
Jasmine.
you?
I
Yeah.
don't mind if you sit next to me. That's perfectly
Okay,
fine.
that sounds great. I mean, I'd love to catch up after, you know. I
Yeah.
just go and I sit down and I'm squeezed so tight next to her, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it is so good to see you. You know, I didn't realize how much I missed you until I saw you. Uh, Anyways, this thing is gonna kill me, and we don't know
Um.
how long, but it's gonna like slowly take over my body. It's honestly like it's starting to kind of dig in there. Like if you see the like sort of like there are like the tendrils that are kind of like getting
She
really
she like
spiky.
she like looks over and starts to lean over her hand lean over to touch, and then she realizes what she's doing, and she's like,
You don't want to do that because whenever my friend touched this a little bit ago, and then I accidentally made her unable to reset her. So Cadix is great. I'm a big Cadix fan over here. Cadix is also kind of has some stuff that Cadix is working on. So I sort of accidentally made it so that Cadix can reset her whole personality. Um, anyways, yeah, it's so good to see you. You know, you look incredible with that like haircut that you just got. I didn't think it was possible for you to look better, but you honestly you're pulling it off. Anyways, yeah,
I
you know, it's great to see a familiar face while I'm down here. So I think that if I were to say my favorite ice cream flavors, they would be chocolate, vanilla, and vanilla chocolate chip, which sounds lame, but vanilla can be a very subtle flavor if you do it right. Anyways, I'm so sorry, I keep rambling. Enoch over here, Enoch. I love Enoch so much. I mean, you know Enoch. You met Enoch whenever we were little, and we were just kind of hanging out. Like, oh, gosh, I remember when we were hanging out, and you like used to. I caught you like staring at me that one time, and you're like, "Oh, you got something on your face," and I didn't. I was looking at my face, so I don't know. I think you just like hallucinated something on my. That was really cute of you whenever you did that. Honestly, like most of the things you do are pretty cute. Anyways, I love just catching up with friends. It's so good to meet a
I
friend.
think in the journal you
And
just see the hand going as well as little hearts and question marks, and also more hearts and more question marks, and a
anyways,
full
are you like
description of Jasmine.
Yeah, you know, I know you're like seeing that girl back in town.
uh,
I'm you two were such a cute couple, and I
uh,
think I had oh I see that on your face. Did a proposal happen? Are we
so one other thing I want to note for Enoch and Cadix that you do pick up on that Errol distinctly does not is that Jasmine also in a mix of being very flustered, you also see what would best be described as a look of almost it's like a slight tinge of regret on her face.
Hey, Errol.
Oh, yeah, Cadix. Oh, so this is Cadix. I was talking about
Hi.
Cadix earlier.
It's nice to
Hi.
Cadix
see
is
you.
the one that my cursed evil glove that sometimes talks to me in evil voices I accidentally touched and then I messed up.
It totally made my spine go. Oh, actually, hold on, Jasmine.
Yes.
Oh, you were talking to Jasmine.
No, both of you. Uh, so I've never met you before. Hi, I'm Cadix.
Hi.
Would it be rude for me to like just write down things and ask you questions?
Sure.
I've
Go
never
right
been
ahead.
to your region. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you have stuff to, you can always ask me. Like we lived in the
Yeah. Can I
same
ask both of
place.
you?
Yeah, I'd be happy to. uh, let's interview us together. Like I put an arm around Jasmine. Like, come on, interview buddies.
And history will remember them as interview buddies.
Oh my god, they were interview buddies.
Oh my
Good.
god.
I Yeah. So interview buddy, are you ready to get interviewed? Enoch, do you have any questions for us? I mean, you came down to where we were so often.
Uh,
Do you remember how all the moms wanted to fuck Enoch?
So how did that feel? actually talking about? Because that's a lot.
Listen, Miss Gerber was particularly feisty.
Ooh. What does she look like? Well, I was gonna say, hats off
Jasmine.
to you, my friend. That was brilliant. We have broken
Jasmine.
Well
down.
done.
I wasn't expecting the delivery to happen just so fast. You know, well.
Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Jasmine, you got really quiet all of a sudden.
Are you okay? You're looking really red.
So it's what was the question again?
Oh, well, my overall
Oh, do you
question is,
remember
where are
all
you
the
from?
moms?
Oh
How
there was a lot of them who were super into
And
it.
honestly, my
It's good
dad
to see you again,
would.
Jasmine.
Can I be honest? Whenever you came into town, my dad like dressed up, like got a haircut
Yeah.
one time. It was
Aw.
It looked
the
good.
divorce was hard on my dad. I'll say.
Oh
So sorry. I'm so
Too
sorry
real.
to hear that.
Too real. Too real.
But it was
But-
nice to see him in something other than the stained tank top. So like,
no. I think there's now a picture of Enoch, but like, you know how like the little like diamonds to show how pristine things are? Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just like a picture of Enoch with all of those little diamonds around and then a bunch of eyes.
is it like sparkle anime eyes?
Yeah.
Like,
But like the around the glow and everything.
So
Hey, yo.
Virgil will actually interrupt this moment to say, "Hey, sorry to interrupt what appears to be a very confusing conversation with a lot of details that I'm going to try and ignore just for my own sanity.
oh, it's perfectly
I'm
natural.
gonna
A
take us
lot of
down
people
for
have those feelings. Not everyone, but a lot of people do.
Virgil, do you have someone you really like?
Oh my god, Virgil, it's okay if you don't. But
I'm just curious.
You
oh my
were
god, is it
saying,
Obit?
Virgil.
Oh right. Do you want a map for where we're going?
takes the map, just like has a moment of his eyes popping out as he's almost as seeming trying to like recalibrate himself to reality. / Angela is trying to recalibrate to this fucking conversation.
I make no apologies for anything ever.
I wouldn't expect you to, dear. But it says, I'm taking us down just for lunch because I feel like y'all could use it. /
Yeah.
I really need it right now.
I'm really hungry, and I imagine you must be pretty thirsty, Jasmine. Like,
Yeah, that's definitely a word for it. Yep.
yeah.
Sure. Yeah. The bird. Except it's
Oh, Jasmine, if you're thirsty, I like fiddle around and um I have like my little flask of water thing. I will say it's obviously put my mouth on it a lot, so it's no worse than like if you kiss someone, but like
this. This isn't a fucking manhwa. You can't just invoke indirect kiss at random and just not expect me to carry on. Noel, you horrible little gremlin of absurdity. Anyways, so carry down to a spot, and you see that there is a very squat man who is behind sort of the one counter of this because it's another one of these sort of travel rest stops with the murals on the outside in which people can add their own pieces of art in order to sort of tell their stories. The person behind the counter takes the time. A very squat man has very salt and pepper kind of hair. Looks like he's been relatively bored so for a bit. So now he sees people come in and he's like, okay. Let me guess. Yeah, so definitely all hungry. Let me see if I can. Don't tell me what you want to eat. Why don't I try and make you a house special? Let me see if you all like it.
Sounds good to me.
I'm
All
down.
right.
God, I am so tired and honestly, I'm coated in sweat. Let me just, I take off my jacket, and like take off my top, and there's just a very tight tank top underneath. And I'm like, sorry, Jasmine. Oh, I'm exhausted.
You're good. You're more than good.
Yeah. Oh God, it's actually, there's like a tight spot in my back here. If you could,
Sure, sure.
thank you. Oh my gosh. You remember
You
when we
know,
used to do this all the time whenever we were back and like,
yeah, yeah. I remember.
mm. Ah, that's the spot. There we go.
Uh, for the record, you're able to wait and sit down. Um, the food served. I will describe it in full, and then I'll say the actual real life name for it, so that you all can bask in the glory that is Bolivian cooking. It
Ooh.
is a it is a portion of rice, two fried eggs on top of it. There are fried potato rounds, and then there is essentially what is a pounded down breaded form of flank steak
Ah, that sounds so
that is
good.
like the entire size of the plate that's meant to like go on top. And then there is sort of, it's not quite like a relish or a salad, but it's little diced up red onion, a bit of citrus, and fresh tomatoes to form. It's kind of like a salsa, but it's not really fully a salsa. It's more like almost like a side relish vinaigrette kind of comparative thing. It's called silpancho. It is the
Mm.
almighty king for me of Bolivian cooking that I had growing up because of my grandmother. Because the idea was that you'd get the fried eggs on the rice, pop the yolk, and then the yolk just spreads
Whoa,
over
yes.
everything, and then you can dip into it with both the flank steak and fried potato rounds.
Mm.
You're all going to be hungry by the end of the stream. You're welcome again.
I want
I had that
everybody to
chicken
know that
piccata.
I Googled it. That Google
Looks
it if you
good.
haven't. It looks fucking delicious. My
But
God.
so in the midst of food and conversation, Jasmine does actually ask, Errol,
Mhm.
could I talk with you alone for a bit?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Here, I think there's like some bedrooms in this place if you want to like duck into there.
You would see the main person hosting this rest stop, who I'm just going to say is confusingly enough named Errol. This will not in any way become difficult to parse because of audio technology, but this is Errol. He does mention, yeah, if there's another restroom, there's a room to rest in over there. I'm going to make that distinction because, Lord, if I say it's a restroom, this just dives into so many lesbian like stereotypes and other things. There's too many things that could come from that. I would make a joke off
I
of that.
think it would be, I think it would be incredibly funny if I said that Errol was straight. I think it would be so
I
funny.
really,
I'm not going to because I can't play a straight character legally, or else I will die.
well, we'll revoke one of your cards, one of your queer related cards if you
Hey,
try and
credit
do.
agency already did that, so
Oh, oh, oh God, that hurt me as a person, not me as a GM or as an NPC.
if
Me as
we
a
tally
person.
up the psychic damage I've dealt to you over this session, it's gotta be in like the high double digits.
Respectfully, you're not quite that capable yet. It's more like just an 8. Anyways, GM burn aside, um,
Oh, the burn?
she it'll come later. Don't worry, it's delayed. It's like it impacted you. Wait,
Ah!
there you go. See, remember the actual best kind of impacts are, and whether it be in comedy, horror, or any other narrative moment, is in the anticipation.
You stop that right now.
So
I barely made that last for 15 seconds, so I'm just gonna,
so
we can talk about the antissa.
so Jasmine sort of there's just like a chair or two to sit down in there, in the main room. It looks like there's a circular table that has a small bed of little. Normally seems to have snacks, but you see Errol come in with like a fresh plate of what. The best way I can describe it, the term I know by is papas rellenos, which is essentially you sort of mash down potatoes and form them around a core of cheese, sometimes meat as well of it, and then you fry them whole to sort of stick them all together. Think kind of akin to a croquette, but less breaded and more just the natural texture of potatoes being fried. Anyways, you can all continue to stay hungry and stay mad at me for being hungry. She says, Errol,
What's up?
um, I wasn't expecting to run into you again.
Yeah, a pleasant surprise, right? It's a small, cursed underneath of the entire world that we live in.
Um, and you see like tears kind of build up in
Oh,
her
hey,
eyes,
hey,
actually.
hey. What's wrong?
Um, it's a little hard to say, to be honest.
Oh no, it's okay. Hey, do you want, you know, you know what always makes me feel better? A big hug from a friend.
I I don't think I deserve a hug.
Oh no,
Um,
Jasmine, you deserve all the hugs. What's wrong?
I was there when everything happened with the glove.
If- I mean, yeah, you were in the town. Like you,
No,
what are you? Do you feel guilty that you didn't stop me from getting kicked out? Like that wasn't your choice. That was,
no,
and
you I tried to speak up to the folks who kicked you out, but I didn't speak up loudly enough, and they just, I think, kind of ignored what I wanted to say.
hey, listen. If I hadn't gotten kicked out, I wouldn't have gotten to meet Cadix. I wouldn't have gotten to meet Jinx. I wouldn't be. I mean, me and Enoch are super tight now. Like, I think I don't want to say like, best friends is kind of a rough, but I'm not mad at you. Like you, there was no situation in which I came out of that doing well. And I am extremely mad at all of the people who get me out. And, I do lay awake at night with this glove whispering dark secrets into my hand of what I could do to those people to make them feel the suffering they caused me. But not you, never you.
I I just feel guilty because I I feel like you deserve to know somebody didn't hate you for what happened, and that somebody wanted you to stay. A few of us wanted you to stay, actually. I We understand that whatever it is that thing is, and she looks at the glove in the hand. I Whatever it is, it's terrifying, and I'm sure you have your reasons for why you still have it, or why it's still,
Can't take it off.
well,
Try it. Like if I guess I could ask Enoch to cut my hand off. Enoch.
no,
No,
and
Errol.
she like reaches over and like holds your arm for a sec. Um, I just whatever you need from it. I hope you don't think you need it to solve or sort out the whole situation with home. I've been doing my best to talk to the folks who
I'm not going back. I'm
Okay.
never going back there. I'm not mad at you, and I want to be clear. I'll never be mad at you for any of this. But the moment they kicked me out for that, they lost me.
That's fair. I would have deeply regretted it if I didn't let you know that somebody, at least one other person in the world, really wants you, is really happy you're here.
I'm really happy you're here too. You know, I used to dream about just a house where all of my friends could just live, and you would be one of the friends that I would love to have in that house with me. Okay, bestie?
She like takes you in a hug.
Secondary, I can have multiple besties. Enoch is also a bestie.
She like gives you a hug really tight, and she like whispers in your ear, "You're really oblivious sometimes." And
I know, people say that.
if you're okay with this, Errol, if this is comfortable, she does lean over and she does give you a very soft kiss on the cheek.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, it's really sweet whenever friends feel like that comfort or physical affection. I kissed her on the cheek too. I'm like, see, now we're matching.
Like
Patient.
with a face that's extremely red, she like gets like her hands ball into fists, and she just like gets to a slight huff. I really like you, and you're a giant fool for not really picking up that I would really like to make out with you or just be more than just a friend with you. I'm gonna go and get some more food, and I'm gonna let you process that because I'm gonna go. Anyways, bye. Gives you one more kiss on the cheek, and then just stomps out of the room.
What?
And that is where we're gonna close the session for today.
Yay!
Well, no, not yay.
Incredible.
Yay!
I was gonna ask a question, but that was perfect. All right, never mind.
Yeah, we'll fill it in as
Next week.
for later. Yep, next week. So thank you everybody for joining us for what has been a much more chill and hilarious, but also still at some points very emotional session. I didn't want to get too far into too many things while Vivi was out, but I still wanted to give everyone a little bit of space for this session to have their characters have some things explored that we hadn't gone into yet. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to let everyone plug themselves very quickly. One thing you're involved with in terms of where we can find you, or just where something you want to shout out real quick. My name is Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she/her pronouns, and I am going to be playing The Fall of Home over on Horde of Tales on the 28th with an amazing group of people, and it's going to be facilitated by like a small like lesser known face of Ella Watts, who, for those of you who don't understand my sarcasm, Ella's phenomenal like audio director, creator, main person behind fantastic podcast Camland, and I'm so excited to dive into another messy emotional story with her facilitating at the helm. So I'm going to be involved with that. So we're going to keep things going with how the group started before, which is Torin. You're up first.
Yes. Hello, I am Torn. My pronouns are she, they. I was playing Cadix, who is she, her. As far as plug, because I've been very bad about this in previous things, Horde of Tales, I am also going to be on a game, I believe on the 27th, which is Wednesday, for Allura. It is a horror game. We're going to see me, Torn, personally panic a little bit because horror scares me, but I'm willing to do it because I want to try new things. And yes, that is coming up, and I'm very excited to be included in honoring women in games.
Fantastic. Next up, the ball of lesbian Yuri romance tropish delight that is Noelle.
I Noelle Palmer, she her. You can find me at Noelle Palmer on Instagram. I've been posting pages from a kid's book that should be finished up by June. I'll be launching that pretty soon. Very excited for that.
If you're not already part of our discords for Girls Run These Worlds, join them for the sole pleasure of getting to see stuff that Noelle is working on whenever she posts it. It's fucking adorable. Also, go support Noelle. Noelle makes great stuff. I got a non-binary possum little sticker thing. It's amazing. My partner is in love with it. It's on their drinking mug and stuff. Last but not least, Alex.
Hi, I am Alex. Pronouns are they, them. I was playing Enoch. You can find me sprinkled around the internet at AlexAMA_. Or you can just check out all my stuff on Beacons, beacons.ai/AlexAMA.
Fantastic. As a quick note for folks, in terms of what to expect upcoming, finale for Blood Will Out, which has been an amazing series being run by Maddie Searle, is happening on Monday. I believe it's 2 p.m. AST, 11 a.m. PST, and then EU folk, you can figure yourselves out. You have like 5 time zones over there that I can't figure out. I barely understand my own time zone. Curse you, daylight savings, I say with Dinkelberg Ragian intent. But that is happening. And Sunday, All Templars Are Bastards is happening. We've already had a few sessions that I've been lucky enough to catch a bit of, and tonal whiplash just keeps happening at different moments with everything, including a lot of moments of just, I'm going to lose my shit from laughing. But that is amazing. And also, folks, if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing to the Twitch channel or to our YouTube, where the VODs of these and our other amazing series that we've been doing for a fair bit of time are going to be up relatively soon. With that out of the way, we are going to be going to raid after this Wild Witch RP. So, please stick around if you can to go give them some love and support. And as I sign off, just like to say, may whatever burdens that you deal with, the heaviness of history, the weight of family, whether that be positive or negative or both, and just everything that involves the story and majesty that is your life, may you be able to carry it with you, sometimes with grace, sometimes with flailing panic, sometimes with regret, but no matter what, may you bear the weight of it as best you can. And wish you much love, much care. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody, and we wish you well, and we'll see you next week for what will be the halfway point of our series. Oh my God! We'll see you soon, everybody. Have a fantastic evening.
Mwah! Bye!